What's good, y'all? AEW's Double or Nothing 2024. One thing I'll say about AEW tonight, and obviously I think it's, for me, it's becoming a little bit of an issue, but then again, it's really have been, I think, a big issue when it comes to these pay-per-views. As good as these pay-per-views are, I feel like one big thing with AEW with these shows is that these shows are way too long. I mean, this show was 5 hours, was like 6, 7 hours long with the way you want to put it. And it's just getting to the point where it's just like, if we're going to have a show this long, either cut the matches or start at a earlier time, like 7 o'clock p.m. or something like that. The main event was the Elite versus Team AEW in the Anarchy in the arena. And like I said, overall about the show, this was a really good matchup. The ending was pretty crazy, but like obviously the announcer said it at the end, how there was a lot of shit going on throughout the match, so obviously expected. But yeah, it was a really good main event, and a lot of people I know was like, yo, you didn't give Swerve the main event, but given how this was the biggest storyline going into AEW Double or Nothing, it honestly made sense to main event the show. And then Swerve retained his AEW World title against Christian Cage. I thought it was a really good matchup. It was one of those matches where it's like, okay, the world champion is going to retain the title, but even still, it was still a really good match nonetheless. And, Christian Cage obviously played his part, and Swerve retained. So we'll see what he does for Forbidden Door. And, we get to the next match. You get Mercedes Moné defeating Willow Nightingale. A lot of people weren't happy about this at all, which is understandable in a sense, but at the same time, and I said this in the preview, from a business standpoint, you got to look at what Mercedes Moné, and it's already a crime enough that this is her first match in AEW. So hopefully she can elevate the championship, but as far as a game changer wise, obviously, well, we know where that lies ahead. But nah, man, it was a pretty good match. I thought pretty good, especially towards the end. What really shocked me was they did the turn because, they had some arguing going on. But Chris Statlander turned on Willow Nightingale, not during the match, but after the match. And now that, listen, they're going to be heading into a feud. And man, dude, I'm kind of sad Chris turned heel, because I thought she was cool as a babyface, but I could see her probably pulling up some more, some jealousy from Willow Nightingale because Willow's over with the crowd. But I don't know, and she's with Stokely Hathaway. She's with Stokely Hathaway. So, because he pushed him away, and then they walked away, and then she threw him to the ground. So, Adam Copeland defeated Malachi Black. This was a really good match, man. We saw Graingrel. I know I mispronounced his name. I'm sorry, but the Brood basically. And it looks like he's signed to AEW. I don't know what the hell you do with Malachi Black, though. Malachi Black, I said this in the preview that he should have won this match. I still stand by that. That freaking spot they did towards the end was nuts. It seems like Adam Copeland was kind of regretting it towards while he was doing it, because he hit the ground, like his foot connected with the mat while he went through the table. But all in all, it was still a crazy match. And honestly, again, I don't really know what you do with Malachi Black now. I don't even know who he feuds with. I kind of feel like he should have won this match. And I know people are going to be like, oh, well, you got the stipulation. Copeland would have had to bend the knee and join House of Black. They could have easily not did the stipulation. But nevertheless, we'll see what happens next. And Jon Moxley defeated Konechka. Good match, but from a story standpoint, there's nothing to it, man. I mean, again, I don't care about these Eliminator title matches. They're so goddamn predictable. And that's just kind of what this match was. It was good, but predictable. And seriously, I wish AEW would just get rid of the title Eliminators. But that's just me. Jericho retained his title in the triple threat match for the FTW title. This match actually was pretty good, honestly. I know. And this Chris Jericho learning tree is picking up a lot of is picking up, obviously a lot. So we'll see what they're trying to do here, but it wasn't a bad match, to be quite honest with you. It really wasn't. I know a lot of us don't really like Jericho now, but again, from a match, it wasn't a bad match. Orange Cassidy defeated Trent Beretta. I feel like it kind of makes Trent Beretta look weak here. He could have went over here because it's like you got it. How am I supposed to take Trent Beretta seriously? He lost Orange Cassidy twice. Orange Cassidy beats him on AEW Dynamite. They did the rematch tonight. I'm assuming they do another one, but then again, Orange Cassidy beat Trent 2-0. So unless Trent just obliterates Orange Cassidy in the third match, if they have a third match, I really don't know what else to tell you. The next match was Toni Storm versus Serena Deeb, and again, this crowd just loved Toni Storm. Again, I don't just make it Serena Deeb the babyface was just hard because they were trying, but it just wasn't going to work. But still a really good match. Toni Storm retaining the title. And then the Bang Bang Gang defending their titles against Death Triangle. Solid match for me. We saw the return, a lot of returns, but we saw the return. We saw some returns tonight, which was pretty crazy as well. But Juice Robinson came back. Obviously, he's been out, for a couple months now, but he's back now, obviously, and the Bang Bang Gang as well, stronger than ever. And it seems like that's their new name now, the Bang Bang Gang. They're not calling themselves Bullet Club Gold. And then Will Ospreay defeated Roderick Strong in the opener, which was a really good one. But one of the biggest things, obviously, to come out this show, we saw the return of Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. Everybody I know was going crazy. Oh my God, MJF is back. I didn't think MJF was gone from AEW. As a matter of fact, I feel like he re-signed many, many months ago. I knew he was staying, but he basically came back. It was really like Triple H when he came back from his injury back in the day. I mean, he had the leather jacket on. He was like, I'm not effing leaving. This is my company. He had a tattoo on his leg that's like, I think, like, bet on yourself with AEW. So that doesn't tell you where his heart lies right now. And then he was going in on the promo how, like, oh, there's no McMahon, there's no company that can make MJF, only something of that nature. But he mentioned, WWE. He mentioned other companies, basically saying, like, they're not getting Maxwell Jacob Friedman, AEW is. So definitely they're going to continue this feud. I think this is definitely what AEW can need right now, MJF being back. We'll see what he does. We'll see what he does. And even with Adam Cole with this story, continuing, they also announced tonight that the Owen Cup is going to be for the titles at All In. So that's going to be I think that is a really dope way they're doing that with both the men and the women for the Owen tournament. But yeah, man, like I said, overall AEW Double or Nothing, long show. Oh, hell yeah, it was a long-ass show. But was it a really good show? Absolutely, man. Again, regardless of what you feel about AEW, like I said in the previews, I think AEW has that tendency of putting on a really, really good pay-per-views. And I think, once again, man, I think AEW put on another hit of a pay-per-view. So that pretty much wraps it up.